the purple and yellow. It's not really gold, let's face it. Laker Nation, I'm sorry to break it to you, but it's not gold, it's yellow. Purple and yellow. So, Laker Nation, I actually like Luke Walton. I mean, obviously, Jim Boss is still there at the helm.
Boss.
Jeannie has not really done what she said she was going to do.
Indeed.
However, yeah, I like the Luke Walton acquisition. You know,
that's good.
Byron Scott was not really the one. I respect him and what he's done in the game and all the rest of it, but he was not the one at all. Already you can see Luke Walton is getting so much more out of that squad. You know what I mean? D'Angelo, how does it feel? Russell, you know what I mean? Is really looking like, whoa, breakout season is upon us. Even players like Larry Nance Jr., Julius Randle. I was looking at a preseason game the other day. The spacing, the passing, the shooting, the inside game, how Brandon Ingram is already getting acclimated into the system. The whole way that team is looking. But Nick Young is playing like far better than anything he was doing under Byron Scott. Do you know what I mean? Lou Williams, they're looking really, really good. Obviously, it's relative.
Yeah. In context, let's not get excited now. Let's not. Don't start flying off the handle. Like, Lakers are gonna win. No, ain't nobody saying that. But
looking at the
they
system,
are looking good. And again, coming from it ain't hard. You know what I'm saying? They ain't hard in here, but at the same time, they're looking a lot better than they have been. And the prospects, it's looking very good. And the fact that they're young and together, young core, together, growing together, much like, okay, they're a lot further back, but much like Golden State were a few years ago, that's very promising. Even OKC were a good few years ago.
Quite a few years ago.
You know, so quite a few. But
and they can grow together.
That's important.
They look good. They look good. I think the only thing I'd frown on is this Timothy Mozgov acquisition. For me,
go into Moscow. Because Moscow's alright.
For me, this is what it is. This is what it is, right? And let me just take a quick side note. A lot of people throughout this off-season have frowned upon the money that certain players have been getting. He's not worth X amount. He's not worth X amount. There's two things. Number one, players are getting paid relative to where the league is. In two instances. One, the money that's being generated and the billionaires that own these clubs, let's not forget that, right? And two, the cap has changed. So you can't look at it with the view, when you say you can't believe so-and-so doesn't...
You have to reframe it.
You have to completely reframe it. You're looking at it with the lens of yesteryear, from last year and 2 years and 3 years ago. You can't look at it like that now. It's completely different. The cap has changed, it's gone up, and everything is relative to that. So when you see someone like Mozgov get the money that he's gotten, as much as I, kind of frown on it, I don't frown on it from the perspective of he doesn't deserve it. Because where we are now, it's a whole different view. You see what I'm saying? So it's relative to where we are now. I frown upon it because, as you rightly said, he's not that bad. But I just think that, especially with what he brings to the table in relation to that team, I don't know if it's that amount.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? Me personally. However, he definitely has his purpose. He definitely has his position, and I think that he will serve his purpose. You know what I mean? He will serve his purpose. As much as we're in this whole getting smaller and faster, there's still a position for a big man. There's still like a basic fundamental view of a big man in the middle, back to basket, can do things that a smaller person can't do. You're bigger, you're closer to the basket, and they always say that old saying that you can't teach height. Do you know what I mean? There's still a purpose and a place for the quintessential big man in this game.
And let's not forget, they've got Luol Deng.
Yes.
That's important.
Key defense, key veteran.
Yeah, key.
Solid offense as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Calderon, you know, is in the mix. Metal World Peace.
Yes,
he's back in the mix.
And he's now going back to the Elton Brand thing that we mentioned when we talked about. He's someone who is going to give you that veteran, that locker room presence, that defense, that all the rest of it, but can still give you a little something on the court.
Production.
It's not just completely just for the chat in the locker room and literally nothing on the court. He can still give you a little something on the court and give you a little presence and be an enforcer as well. So
and I know he's not going to do major things, but my guy, the Spanish guy,
Huertas.
Yes.
Huertas.
Trust me. He's useful. He's useful. He's very useful. He's very useful.
Nice distributor. He's got some nice tricks up his sleeve. You know what I mean? Definitely. I know he got kind of his ankles broken a couple of times last year, and everyone was laughing at him. But he's got a place in the league. He's got a place on that team. More specifically. So
you know, Jordan Clarkson, and you know.
Yes, Jordan Clarkson is a name that we can't mention the Lakers without mentioning. Jordan Clarkson is another key part of that young core. He's a skywalker. He's decent shot, very confident, and a key piece in that team. So a friend of mine, our brother, he's a Lakers fan, and basically I speak in our conversations more favorably about the Lakers than he does. He's just like doom and gloom. He's just upset. My Lakers. That's how
pessimism.
Yeah, he's just got no faith in his team, and I always try to show him certain aspects as to why he should be a little bit more optimistic about the Lakers. You know, for him it's like chip or bust, and I'm like, look, forget chip, but look at the steps forward that you lot have made. You know, Laker Nation. You know what I mean? I think there's more to be, like you said, optimistic about than what meets the eye. Put it that way. You know what I mean? Definitely.
Something else. See what else we got to get into.
Whoa, we can just stay in California, really.
Yeah, California.
We can stay in the same city.
In the same stadiums.
Yeah, the same stadium, for real.
Same stadium.
The Clips.
Yeah.
Clippers. BG, CP3, DJ, JJ Redick, Jay Crawford, and them.
For real.
You know, I mean, CP3, I mean, what is there to say about CP3? CP3 is CP3. You know, he's going to do what he's going to do. BG, I expect to have a big comeback. Yeah, last year, he had his problems off the court with the incident. With the trainer or whatever?
Yeah, something like
altercation with, and he also had the injury that was a lot more serious than we initially thought it was going to be. Ended up keeping him out pretty much the whole season. I expect to see him have a big bounce back.
No, I think the Griffin will come back.
Yeah, we should have a big bounce back here. You know, Jay Crossover is going to do what he's going to do.
That's what he do if he do what he do.
Yeah,
you know,
Jay Reddick's going to do what he's going to. I think that this year is the closest that they're gonna come to the what's the word? Not the expectancy, the potential that everyone has had about the Clippers the past few years now. And you know, it's kind of, I don't want to say make or break, but it kind of is at that time now where
it is. It's crunch time.
If it's gonna happen,
common collection of players, and I think it's crunch
There's
time.
already talk about Blake Griffin trade and has been. There's already talk about, you know, if CP3 moves on and where he may go. All of that talk is coming about a lot now. And I think this season really is the season where it needs to happen. It needs to happen.
What kind of acquisitions they made now? Oh, they've got Maurice Spates.
Yes, a big acquisition. A big man who's an enforcer, who can actually hit those flat-footed three-pointers on a pretty consistent basis. You know what I mean? And I like his game as well. So I like Maurice Spates' game, Big Mo Spates.
Because one problem they've always had is their bench.
Yes.
Or lack thereof.
Yes.
And basically the Clippers only had a bench, like a physical bench.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No players.
To sit down.
Yeah, to sit down on. And that's about it.
Yeah.
And Jay Crawford, you know?
Yeah.
So they kind of still need to sort that out.
Yeah.
But you know,
they've consistently had this issue with talk of a lack of a solid free man as well, small forward. And Luke Richard Mbamote has so far in pre-season taken another step. Whether or not that's enough of a step, it remains to be seen. However, there is we know that, and we'll get into this as well, Rudy Gay has made it clear that he wants to leave, and they will be looking at movements for that to happen. If he ends up in the Clippers, that could be a key acquisition in terms of cementing everything that we're talking about here. In terms of having someone like Luke Richard and Mbamote on the bench, because you've got a proper, tried and tested, solidified free in Rudy Gay. And also with regards to it being crunch time, as you said, that could be a key piece. You know, you got like CP3, JJ Redick, Rudy Gay, BG, and DeAndre Jordan. You know what I mean? That could be something.
You got Doc Rivers.
Exactly. And again, we're not saying it's chip, but it could be enough to push.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. For that Western Conference Finals spot, and definitely semi-finals minimum. I mean, they should be looking at anything less than semi-finals as a failure.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I mean? From their perspective.
No, we'll see. Still, Austin Rivers is still about as well, isn't it?
Yeah, he got re-signed, and Austin Rivers is another player who I rate more than the media and most people.
Yeah, but
because of the fact that it's Doc's son.
You know, it's going against him.
People kind of down him. Yeah. But really, he has earned his position. It ain't just because he's the son. He's earned his position, and he's played really well, as far as I'm concerned.
No, that's true. That is true.